Hello and hi, it's me. I'm alive. I'm back. Kind of, sort of. I kind of came out of semi-retirement here to do like a little thing, talk about the new Hadrosaur that dropped. This isn't going to be like a super in-depth video or anything like that, but I am gonna like kind of just talk about the new Hadrosaur Plesiophilis because it's kind of cool. Plesiophilis is new. It's just been named. It's a very interesting hadrosaur, and I have the article pulled up, and I'm just gonna talk about it a little bit. Nothing too crazy, I think. Um, I just want to kind of I'm holding my microphone because yeah, because for whatever reason when I have this thing away from my face, it just doesn't work as well as I want it to. Anyway, so we're going to talk about Plesiophilus a little bit. I have the article pulled up on my other monitor, and I can just read some things off of it, because that's kind of how this works. Alrighty, so Plesiophilus was found in southern Alberta, Canada, and it is dating back to 77 million years ago, which would be during the Cretaceous. It's a pretty interesting hadrosaur, I would say. Hadrocrusted ugh. Wow, I messed that up pretty bad. It's been a minute since I've recorded one of these. Hollow-crested hadrosaurid dinosaurs belonging to the clade Lambosauridine were widely distributed across the northern hemisphere towards the end of the Cretaceous. Yeah. I'm doing a great job, guys, I swear. Lambosauridine, for those who don't know, are like the crested hadrosaurs, like Parasaurolophus, for example. Plesiophilus is, at the moment, it appears to be a possible ancestor species of Parasaurolophus. That's kind of what this article implies, but it's really weird because I don't know. We'll see. Lambosauridines also initially originated from Asia, but they did migrate to North America. At the time, North America and Asia were kind of there were plenty of like land bridges, and there were parts that were still fused, and things hadn't quite separated yet. So that's kind of what's been going on with that. And then this was found at the Milk River Ridge Reservoir near the village of Warner, which is why they gave Plesiophilus the name Plesiophilus warnerensis, because it was found in and around it was found outside of the village anyway. Relatively close. Yeah. I'm also super tired, so if I'm slurring my words, that is why. Represents the first diagnostic material of an adult Lambosauridine from this location. Yeah, so they hadn't found an adult Lambosauridine from this area ever, and now they have. So that's always cool. Yet it also possessed, unlike it, I'm doing a great job. Unlike later members of its lineage, Plesiophilus warrenus retained several ancestral features in its skull, yet it also possessed unmistakable characteristics linking it to Parasaurolophus, Parasaurolophine, a clade that eventually produced the iconic hadrosaur dinosaur Parasaurolophus. Now that means that they're linking it closely to the Parasaurolophine family. I don't know. And how they figured this out is to determine where the new species fit in the evolutionary tree. The researchers compared it with 87 other dinosaur species using phylogenetic analysis. Yep, that's how it works. That's basically you to figure out how closely related something is these days. You basically just get a bunch of dinosaur species together that might be related, but you're not 100% sure, or if you have a pretty good hypothesis that they're related, you kind of throw them into a computer and the programs that paleontologists use to determine how closely related these animals are, basically spits out like how close they are through estimations and diagnostics and things like that. So that is interesting to me. I've always found like phylogenetic studies to be really interesting because it tells you how closely things actually are related to each other. Like Plasiolophus, for example, or like, you know, how closely related maybe T-Rex is to, I don't know, Nenuxsaurus. Nenuxsaurus is on my brain right now because of Surviving Earth. Pretty good show, actually. I recommend that. Actually, I want to do a video talking about just recent paleo media just in general. I have some opinions. Some good, some bad. So, yeah, eventually that'll happen, I'm sure. But yeah, no, talking about Plesiophilis here. I'm gonna butcher its name like a million times, by the way, because it's not a dinosaur name I'm used to pronouncing. It's new. It's new. Anyway. Annales consistently recovered it as one of the earliest members of the North American Parasaurophyline lineage, meaning it's a direct ancestor of Parasaurolophus and its relatives. And in some regards, the morphology of the new taxon confirms to what could be predicted for a strategically lower representative of Parasaurolophine. The greater morphology similarity to members of Lambasauridine is reflective of being temporarily closer to the phylogenetic divergence from that clade, and the similarity to immature examples of later Parasaurolophines is reflective of the heterochronic process hypothesized to have produced the exaggerated crests for which the clade is known for. So they're talking about like the big like head crests that like the swooping like back ones that Parasaurolophines tend to have, and Lambrosines also have. Those are more like dome head crests, though. Like they're flimsy, they're kind of dome shaped, whereas Parasaurolophine head crests are more like straight out. You can't see what I'm doing because my camera's weird, and it's really cool because well, my brain just died. It's really cool because like the crests of Parasaurolophines have actually been like 3D printed and like made models of. I don't think they actually 3D printed it. I think it was just like they made a model, and they tested to see if like vocalization could be like made through the crest, because it had always been like a running hypothesis that the crest was like acted like kind of like a trumpet, like you could blow air through it, and maybe there was like a sac or something within that would like release like sound out through like the nostrils to make like a trumpeting like sound. And it was tested, and they found that it actually did make sound. I've always found that to be really cool. Parasaurolophus is like one of the few, I think it's the only dinosaur actually, that we have an idea of what it sounded like when it was alive, potentially. If that holds up. Science is always changing. It's never a one-to-one thing. So, we'll see. I actually really love that. I think that's one of my favorite things about hadrosaurs is that we have an idea of at least what one sounds like. And also, it's one of my favorite hadrosaurs. Since I was a kid, Parasaurolophus has always been like that one. I like that one. And to see that like there's an ancestral new species here with Plasiolophus, I'm butchering the name again, is great to see. And I'm super excited to see where this goes. I kind of want to follow this. I've been away for a few months just because I haven't really had the energy to make stuff. lately, and I'm trying to ease my way back into it, so bear with me here. Uploads may be a little weird. They may be at like odd hours. So, but the idea of like Paleo Corner kind of is the same, where I want to do kind of a like a short like a vlog, like news thing where we're just kind of like just briefly talking. It's essentially still just gonna be me holding a microphone and talking into a camera, but I'm just kind of I'm having fun at the moment with writing lately, and I've been working on I was doing a blog for a little bit, and then I'm also like writing like a novel, so that takes up a lot of time, unfortunately. So sometimes I might not have like the ability or the energy to record something. I am trying to like ease myself back into it, which is the goal. So yeah, I think we'll do stuff. I have some videos in mind. With the World Cup over, I kind of wanted to, I was kicking around the idea of a video of like if dinosaurs played football, what dinosaurs would be good for like different positions in football. And then I also had like an idea for like talking about paleo media, and then just talking about like some of the books I've picked up lately, because I've picked up quite a few. There's a pile behind me, and just kind of going and making more stuff. I do also want to like dip my toes into video editing. That's not something I know a whole lot about how to do. I like making these, but if you've watched any of my stuff, you can tell I'm not a video editor. So yeah, I think we'll see where it goes here. I enjoy like talking about dinosaurs and paleontology stuff, and like I want to talk about some like environmental science stuff. I want to bring more attention to like climate crisis. I want to be involved effectively. So I am trying to, get back into it. So we'll see. The article announcing, or at least the article that I found anyway, announcing the new Hadrosaur Plasiolophus. Yeah, I got the name right that time. I found it on Sci News. I know they kind of just repost a lot of science articles, so I'm sure it's not the original. Actually, they usually say where the original article was posted. Canadian Journal of Earth Sciences, published online, July 13th, 2026. So, there you go. There is that. I will have the link in the description so you guys can read it for yourselves if you wish. And yeah, I guess Paleo Corner's back, kind of, sort of. So we'll see how it goes. Bye-bye. Also, like, I got a beard now. Don't get used to that. It's not staying. I promise.